Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pseudos Crochet and More. This is your your host, Crystal. Today I'm doing a review on the Lana Gatto Key West 100% cotton yarn. The cotton's not in here because I took the label off of it to try to get the information when I showed this on Monday's video. So it is 100% cotton. The colorway is 7929 lot 48. Show that to you. Okay. This is 92 yards. I'm going to say it's like a good 4-weight. I am trying it with a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook or an I9. The crochet hook that I'm using today is from the Coupe pack that I bought. Let me see if I can get that to focus for you. It's kind of hard. It's stamped into the rubber, so it may not pick up correctly, but I am using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. All right, now this yarn, I'm going to go ahead and get us down to the table. Hopefully this works today for me and doesn't give me any problems. Okay. Well, that's not going to work. Will that work? Let's see. Okay, hopefully it stays right there. So I've got my 15 starting chains so far. It is a pretty thick yarn. As soon as I started working with it, it was splitting on me. So this could be a splitty yarn for you depending on what size hook you use. I'm going to do a row of single crochet, half double, double, and then maybe I'll try my special, the stitch that I've been using a lot lately, what I believe is the double crochet herringbone stitch. Herringbone double crochet. Probably not sure I'm saying that right. And this does come in the donut form. It's not really a ball, it's kind of like a donut. I just posted a picture of my yarn barf so you guys can see what I'm dealing with right now with that apple blossom yarn. I am going to try something different when I do the review on the Malabragos Rios yarn that I picked up from the Knitter's Magic store in Winchester, Virginia this past Saturday. The date of this recording is March 15th, 2023. You will see this on March 16th, 2023. So now she does have a actual online store as well as a Facebook page. So I will put the link to those both in the description box below. If you've ever used this yarn, let me know what you've thought of it and what you've made with it. It does feel like it would be a kitchen cotton. It's soft, but to me, it's not soft enough to use. And there I go, trying to do a double crochet stitch because I'm talking not soft enough to use for a garment. Now, there might be somebody out there that has used this for a garment. If you have, what have you made with it? Would like to know what you've made with this. I'm thinking about making dishcloths with it. Or maybe a dish towel. It is only 92 yards, so I would have to be careful on which stitch I used, depending on what I made with it. How's everybody's weather doing? Is it warming up where you're at? Is it still cold? Do you have a lot of snow right now? I got snow on Sunday night, Monday morning, and then it's flurried yesterday, but it never stuck here. So there's the single crochet. Now this is picking up a lot of yellow. Let me see if I can change that. Let me check one more thing and see if that helps if I open the blinds to bring in some natural light. Now that does look like it's more orange now, doesn't it? Okay, so that's actually more true to color there. The more orange color. I'm not sure why it's picking up the yellow. That's just what it's doing. That still looks orange. It looked yellow, or more orange than yellow when I was fixing the shade. All right, so now half double crochet row. I'm still working on the Jada and Stitches blanket. I have not given up on it. It's just a work in progress because I'm still trying to catch up on the second one that I'm doing. I just finished January's pattern, so now I have to do February before I can go on to March. I mean, you could probably go up to a 6mm hook, to be honest, because this is kind of tight with the 5.5, but if you want that tight stitch, a 5.5 I think would work fine. There is no information as to what crochet hook is recommended. It only gives the knitting needles as a 6. So whatever knitting needles is as a 6, that might equate to a 5.5, but I did not look it up. So any knitters out there, if you want to let me know what that is in millimeters for the size 6, please go ahead and comment below. It is a hand wash only, dry flat, which I think is kind of interesting considering it's a cotton. I might test it out and see how it works up, putting it in the delicate cycle and laying it flat to dry, or putting it on low heat to dry. Because cotton should be able to take that. It shouldn't, it could shrink if you put it in and it's too hot. But it shouldn't, I don't think it should bother it if you put it in there at low. Like I said, I'll see if I can make a sample and wash it and then dry it and show you guys what it looks like before and after. Yeah, this is pretty thick. I don't know, this is a really thick 4 in my opinion. There is no information as to far as how thick it is either. It gives you the information. It just tells you how many yards and the washing instructions and the recommended knitting needle size, and then it's got like the swatch 16M, I don't know, and 180F, whatever that means. It's, let me see if I can get that to focus. Oh, I'm covering it up. It's this right here. So there's really no instructions for crocheters, which I think is a downside to this yarn, this company. If they gave us at least a hook size, that would be nice. Doesn't necessarily have to have the yarn size, but I honestly think this is a 4, a really thick 4. Not quite a 5, but not a 3 either. Has anybody gone to their Hobby Lobby and gotten any of the clearance yarn yet? I'm hoping to go on Saturday to see what's left in the Christiansburg location, which is also where Kathy, aka Knitting Nana, is located, and she already picked up stuff from there, so I know that it's available. It's just when I get there, if it's going to still have some. So it's actually got some good stitch definition, which is a plus. You want to be able to see your stitches. Again, that's picking up a lot of yellow. That actually looks more. No, that still looks yellow. Come on, light. Why aren't you picking up the true color here? Focus, maybe? I don't know. That's weird. All right, let's go ahead and do double crochet next. Okay. And I just missed Cinnamon Stitches, Jennifer, on this past Saturday. She was in the Harrisonburg area, which I went through to get to Winchester. And if I would have had stopped there, I probably would have actually been able to meet her, which would have been cool. My husband was like, she really lives that close? I said, she lives near Richmond, so this state is really not that big. Maybe I'll meet, if Kathy would like, maybe we can meet up at Hobby Lobby this weekend if she's available. I already had plans to go to the Winchester stores this past Saturday. Now I'm kind of kicking myself because I could have gotten some discounted yarn. Not only that, they were doing the 30% off all yarns last week. Obviously not including the sale, but... Okay, almost done here. I was trying to give my husband some time off before we went to another store, but when I heard everybody's Hobby Lobby's clearance had already started, I'm like, oh, please come on, let's go. But, because that takes a lot out on him when he takes me to those locations. And I know that I said before that it was that I had to feed him before and after going to the local stores. That's not how I meant it to come across. So if anybody took it like that, I do apologize. He took it like that. But what I was just saying is that we agreed to get something to eat before we left, before we got there, because it could take me a couple hours before I get everything videoed or pictures taken, depending on how I'm doing it that day. And then afterwards, grabbing something to eat on the way home. So that way, we're not hungry and he can rest while I'm in the store. There's only been a couple times he's actually come in to check on me. And here I go, going to do that. I wanted to do that special stitch next. Alright, let's do that. 1 double crochet. No, not yarn over. There we go. Okay, we'll see how well this comes out. And then we'll see how well it frogs, because we all know everybody has to frog once in a while. I try not to have to, but if I do, I do. And when I do, my husband looks at me like, what's wrong? What happened? Well, I missed a stitch, and I can't figure out how to fix it properly. Which I just had to do that on the December pattern for the calendar blanket by Jade Unstitches. I had accidentally skipped one of the stitches because I'm using black yarn on the second one, which is already hard to see, and I missed one of the stitches. So the design looked off. It was off-centered, so I had to go back and figure out where I missed that stitch so I could fix it. And I did. But it was like I had to pull out one color, then another color. It was like, oh. But I got it fixed. And as soon as I have that updated to the March design, I will show you guys on a Wednesday video for Whips and Faux Wednesday. Now that may not be an every week thing. That might be just once a month to show you guys what I'm working on. Let's see. Am I doing that right? Did I do that right? See, I gotta frog it now. But that's all right. I'm talking and trying to make sure that. There we go. Okay, yeah, that was right. I had the fan on earlier, but I turned it off because I didn't want that to be in the background when I was doing this video. Almost done. Oh, no, not a double crochet. A herringbone. There we go. And this could just be a regular herringbone. It could be just a single that... Nobody's said what stitch this is, if I've made my own stitch or if this is actually a stitch that's already known and has a name. So if you do know this stitch, the stitch name, please let me know in the description box below. All right, not too bad. Now there is some gaping here, but that could just be my tension that was a little off. Again, this is a really thick, it is a stiffer thick 4, but I think after when you crochet with it with a 5.5, but I think if you use maybe a 6, or if after washing it does soften up a little bit. So that's something to keep in mind. Not all yarns stay stiff and scratchy after wash. Some do and some don't. All right, so let's go ahead and frog. see how well it frogs, and then I will give you my opinion about this yarn. Nothing with the store itself, just the yarn from the company that makes the yarn. I think I might find like a pumpkin design to make pumpkin either coasters or dishcloths, because it's all orange. It's one solid color. And I know there's some people that don't like solid colors. Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches, which I don't blame her, because after a while seeing one color all the time would get on my nerves too. Alright, so it frogged really well, no hiccups, no catches. Now I will show you here, see it's plied. It's 1, 2, it's a 3 ply. No, there's a 4. There's a 4th. But that's a really thick 4 ply yarn, if that's what I'm thinking it is. There's 4 different strands that are twisted together. And it did stay together. I didn't have any splitting issues throughout the whole thing. But there were spots where it did pull apart a little bit. But it didn't split to where it got hung up by my hook that I was using. Alright, so let me get that fixed. There we go. Okay, so my final number for this. I'm going to give it an 8. The reason why I'm giving it an 8 is because it's not anything that, well, it's to do with the yarn company, the Lana Gatto yarn company, whoever, the Key West brand, this one here. So this information that they give you on the label is not very informative in my opinion, because there's nothing other than washing instructions and the yardage. There's nothing about what hook size to use, what the weight of the yarn is. It is 3.5 ounces. It's 100 grams or 3.5 ounces. It's 84 meters or 92 yards. And the only thing that it gives you is that the needle size and the, I want to say, swatch size, which was 16M by 18F. Whatever, I think that's millimeters by feet. I don't know. That's kind of a weird way of showing. I'll show you that against here. Again, in my opinion, this would be good for kitchen stuff, dishcloths, hot pads, because it is 100% cotton. It won't melt. I am going to try and make maybe a pumpkin pot holder out of a little bit of it, and then wash it how I normally wash my clothes, laundry, and dry it as I normally would, and then show you guys the difference. I'll take a quick video and then wash it, and then I'll come back and add to that video. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed today's video review on the Lana Gatto Key West 100% cotton yarn. If you liked today's video, please give me a thumbs up. If you like seeing more reviews, my channel is going to be mostly about going to local yarn stores and occasionally like Michael's, or my hat's all crooked here. My face is red today. I don't know why, but I have issues with my face drying out and getting very flaky, I guess you could say. And it happens anywhere that I live. I don't know what it's about. I've been told by a dermatologist that it's going to be a come and go type of issue, and sometimes it flares up really bad, which it looks like today it's flaring up really bad, but it'll calm down hopefully in the next couple days. So yes, the channel is going to be about the local yarn shops in my area, as many as I can do. And my husband already said that there's one on the island off of Virginia in the coast that actually has a yarn store. And he said, well, make plans sometime after we renew. in August to go out there to visit it. And I was like, whoa, wait. I didn't even think he'd want to go out that far, to be honest. But he said, we'll go. So that'll be coming up later this year. I'm not sure. Let me see if I've got my book in here. Let me see. I got so much stuff here. I'm trying to keep it all organized, but that sometimes doesn't work. Okay, it's not here. And I don't have my phone to look it up. But yes. And then next week is another local yarn store that I stopped at. And then the following week will be another store that I stopped at that carries fabrics and sewing machines. So keep an eye out for those. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel if you like what you're seeing. When I reach 100 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway for reaching that goal. I am collecting different things to put in there that I've purchased over my journey so far. So keep a lookout for that. I do believe we're only 26 away now. Let me see. Yes, 26 subscribers away from 100. So please, please, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. If you know somebody that would like to watch my videos, please go ahead and share my videos. All right, well, that's all for today. I hope you all stay safe and stay crafty. And until next time, have a good one.